Hey everybody, you guys feeling all these heart palpitations, anxiety, and all that kind of good stuff going on right now? Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many reports right now of that exact thing happening across the board for so many people. Don't worry, if you're not experiencing it now, you might be about to. So, as a collective, we tend to kind of go through things together. So, I'm going to do a blessing right now to help those of you. It's going to help those of you who have been experiencing it recently, and help those who haven't experienced it yet. Somehow, I feel like somehow ride the waves a little smoother is what I was going to say, but I feel like it's a combination, because I was feeling like it might be a solar flash, because solar flashes tend to kind of play with your head a little bit. But it's also our true love counterparts. So the divine masculines, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can look at my playlist called All About True Love, okay? And there's a video called The Different Types of True Love. It'll tell you everything you need to know. So, but you guys are attached energetically, so it feels like the masculines are having to, it kind of feels like it's payback time. It's like they know they've made some very wrong decisions, and now they're it's time to pay the piper. So the masculines are pretty freaked out, and they're pretty afraid that they're going to miss out if they don't do something soon. And it's the craziest thing with true love, because the ultimate thing is they have to pass several tests choosing love over fear, as we do as well as the feminines. So when they fail the test, though, then they go through a whole lot of heavier learning, a whole lot of lessons and things that are a lot. They just keep going through school. It's kind of like having to go back through 8th grade again, when you already did it. It's like, oh man, really? I got to go through all that again? So that's what they're going through right now. Well, if you keep choosing your ego and you keep choosing to be afraid rather than trusting in God's plan, then yeah, you're going to kind of have to go through it. But however, if you choose differently at any moment, if you ever get tested and you're like, you know what, I don't want to go through this again. I feel like it's Groundhog Day. I just keep going, attracting the same kind of situation over and over, the same kind of person, and and I keep giving in to people pleasing and all that good stuff. All you have to do is say, you know what, I'm going to make a different decision this time. I'm going to stand up for myself. This time I'm going to say, no, I know what I want, and I'm going to go after what that is. Or, no, I'm not going to be treated this way. I'm out of here. So they just said final. It's like the final, it's for how many? Like for majority of the masculines that are kind of putting this energy on you. They are really, they're checking themselves before they wreck themselves. And it's kind of like their final opportunity to choose love. Now, love means grace, positivity, good vibes. I'm not talking about like necessarily you choosing you, but usually when they love themselves and they choose positivity, they have the confidence to then choose you also, of course, because you're their freedom. You're their jackpot. You're their inheritance. But if they don't pass this test, if they don't pass the final test and let go of all that is old, some of these masculines are really, really clinging to the old and familiar, even though it's totally worn out and ripping at the seams. They're holding on to what is left of whatever they can of the world that they know while it's crumbling all around them. But even, I always say this, but it's so true, that we're talking about the masculines kind of represent the sleepers, because this is what happens in true love is also happening in our world. So you got the sleepers who are just like refusing, crossing their arms, and they're just like, no, 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 it is the way it is, and it's always been that way, and it's always going to be that way, and no, 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 no. And you have to do step 1 through 20 to be able to do number 22 or 21. So they're like totally programmed. The masculines are still kind of that old mentality. So they're being challenged to open their minds, and really expand their consciousness and see what is possible if they meditate, if they get their answers from God rather than overthinking things, or if they, if they used different manifestation tools and things, or if they use the tarot or different ways to communicate with God. They're feeling all that out, and hopefully this time they'll pass the test. If not, though, they just said they're guaranteeing a true love to come through for you soon. They said soon. So now, how does that translate over to the world right now? It's kind of like these guys, the sleepers are having one last chance to change their minds and to choose love rather than fear. Otherwise, they're gonna feel the pain. They're gonna feel the pain of the separation from their true love. They're gonna feel the pain of choosing fear. I mean, you guys have, as the feminines, have probably been through lack yourself. You've probably been through those rabbit holes where you got sucked into the quicksand of the despair and of the depression and of the negativity. You let it pull you down before. That is like the most uncomfortable, unsatisfactory road there could possibly be. And that's where the masculines are going to go if they fail this test. They're going to go down that road and they're going to crash and burn. So, and the sleepers are going to go through some kind of a crash and burn themselves as well. Now, I don't know what that's going to translate into or what that's going to look like necessarily. Probably different for everybody. But it'll be sad. It'll be really sad. Heartbreaking, they just said. So, but all so that everybody can evolve. Perhaps this is like, there was a theory saying that some of us that are ascending or choosing love are going to, be in this one dimension or level in it, and we're separating the wheat from the chaff, and then those other guys are going to be like mulling, what I'm seeing is like rummaging through garbage, just rummaging through garbage. That could be symbolic, hopefully, or it could actually be literal, but they're going to be scrounging for scraps. For a long, long time. They're going to be stuck in a perpetual rummaging for scraps. So they better pull themselves up out of whatever they're in right now, or they're going to get sucked down even deeper, and it's not going to be fun at all. Okay. So the other thing I was going to mention is that if, I put out that announcement about that new opportunity, that new position that's going to be open. I have one position per state opening up as a networking ambassador. I didn't give you guys the details because I can't right now. It's kind of a top secret thing, but trust me, it would be the funnest, most fulfilling, most incredible job you could ever have, ever. You will wake up in the morning and you cannot wait to get to it. Trust me, if you have a heart and if you love people and if you're compassionate, this will be your favorite job you've ever had in your life. So I'm going to get to sorting through this. Everything is just all these moving parts right now. Probably going on with you guys too. But my life is like from day to day, I don't know what's happening. I'm just getting done what I can and just being as productive as I can be in different areas of my life and in different ways every day. I'm just feeling it out and, going with Spirit's promptings, as I suggest you guys do too, as best you can. Just stay present in the moment and don't be hard on yourself if work gets neglected for a day. The next day, Spirit will be like, okay, it's time for work. And one day it might be like, it's time to take care of these things, these little things that are kind of hanging and nagging you. We need to get this off of you so that it quits. It stops pulling your vibration down and weighing on you and overwhelming you. So we're going to get rid of the background noise this day, and then tomorrow you're back to this again. So just listen to Spirit, be guided by Spirit, and let them, lead you through this uncertain time, and do your best to find the most joy you can in every moment. And I thought I'd just mention this real quick too, because it's kind of been coming up in terms of like, I don't think it's even possible. Like some people that are kind of newly waking up think that you have to think positive all the time. And I talk about that on my channel all the time, like always stay in the highest vibration that you can and things like that. However, it doesn't mean that you're never going to have a negative conversation, or you're never going to get angry at your dog, or you're never going to have a dispute with somebody, or you're never going to complain about your neighbor, or you're never going to, that you can't just like put blinders on to the negativity that's going on in your life. And sometimes it's very, very triggering stuff. And you feel like you've got, it's like it's bubbling up in you. Now, hopefully you've listened to me and you've like started to learn Byron Katie's work, her self-inquiry process, which would be phenomenal if you've been doing that. And so hopefully you're doing that, because that's one great way to shift it. There's so many different ways. You guys have many, many different tools that you can use, but use the most profoundly shifting tool. If the tool isn't using, then throw it. If it's not working, throw it out, and reach for a different tool until you have like a really good set of like foundational tools that work, like ironclad. Byron Katie's work, by the way, a lot of people say it doesn't work, and it absolutely 100% works, and it's the most effective thing that there could be. However, you have to know how to do it right, and you got to be willing to dig deep past your ego. So you got to read one of her books, you got to watch her on YouTube, and you got to learn how to do it, and you got to pull the gunk out of your deepest, crevices and cracks in your soul. It's like you have to do the work. You've got to reach. I teach you guys that for free on Telegram and WhatsApp. Anybody learning Byron Katie's work, I'm happy to kind of tutor you a little bit and help you through that initial stage of learning how to do it and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And jumping back to the job thing, I just have to go through. It's a very transformational time right now, you guys. There's nothing really linear in my world right now. So I can't even tell you when I'll be getting back with you, but I really, really appreciate all of you who sent those in. I've got a file. It's full of all of your emails to me. I'll be checking to see if you followed my first initial directions, which was to put your state in all caps first, and then your first name in all caps right after that. And then in the email, you were to explain to me why you thought that you were well suited for this networking ambassador position and why you would want to work with me. So that's the first thing I'm going to check for to see if you guys did that. So those guys, everybody who followed the instructions are going into one pile. Everybody else is going to be considered or looked at next. But then, it's just going to go through a process. It's going to go through a process. You may find, whatever. I'll be contacting you guys at some point to get to know you and to do like a little interview with you. At some point, but I have no idea when that'll be. So don't hold your breath, but know that most likely within the next couple of months, I'll be contacting you about your email. Either I'll be emailing you back or calling you or setting up an interview or something like that. But I've got so much going on and so many, like I said, so many different moving parts that I can't really commit to anything right now. But I got your information, and yeah. If you guys are, by the way, if you guys are involved in the RVs, and if you've got a humanitarian project that you're going to be working on, then you wouldn't have time. You wouldn't have the time or energy to be my ambassador. So my being an ambassador would be like a full-time job. So I just wanted to say that first off. So again, if you have your own humanitarian project and you have your own thing going on with that, you're going to be way too busy to take on a full-time job with me. So maybe you could email me and say, cancel my application email or something like that. Or maybe when I call you, you'll be like, oh, Amy, you know what? I didn't realize, and I've got my thing that I'll be doing. Or if it hasn't happened yet for you, I guess, then, you could still do the job, and then, we'll just play it by ear. All right, so let's get going on your reading, shall we? It's been 15 minutes of chit chat. Oh, it was 15:15 on the timer. So maybe that's a synchronicity for somebody. And 15 and 15, a 5 and a 1 is a 6. So somebody may be going from, let's see, a 1 and a 5 is a new beginning and change. And then going to a 6 if you add them together. So it could be that somebody's going to become lovers and they weren't before. So if you and your person, it could be also making a major decision for a brand new beginning. And it could be all the above. It could be all the above. You might go to a physical level with the person that you love. Or maybe going from friends to lovers, something like that. But it's going to be a new beginning anyway. Okay, let's take a look here. So we have MC. Let's see. Hi, Amy. What you said the other day about feeling connected to you since my family and I do your daily boost, that is so accurate. I feel like you are my family. I was worried about you and feel at peace. Let's see. I was worried about you and feel at peace usually. I am a worrywart, but lately I feel like nothing bothers me, and I know that's you. My question is regarding my job. What do you see for me in the near future? In the near future. I have been with them for 23 years and at one point loved my job, and up until now stayed for the flexibility. I'm a single mom, but I feel like this year I will leave. I have XRP, Stellar, and Zim, and I'm looking forward to see that would help me cut the ties with this company that has changed so much. Yeah, I feel like that company that you're in is actually going downhill. I think it's a good idea to jump ship. XRP is definitely going to do well. Stellar, going to do great. And Zim's going to do great. So, yeah, I would definitely feel encouraged about that. Now, there's a lot when it comes to those Zims, because those Zims are tied to a passion project. So you're going to have to go to a redemption center and give them a little 5-minute or so speech about what you're planning to do with those Zims. So I hope you're coming up with a business plan. It's a good idea to get a trust and an LLC with an EIN before you go into your meeting. Otherwise, they're going to try to set you up with all that stuff through a bank, and it won't give you the sovereignty that you are looking for, most likely. Also, yeah, anything else about that? Is she going to be able to, so let's see, what your question regarding your job, would you see for me in the near future? Okay, so let me just see what happens when I do a blessing for you here. I feel like by the end of February, something is really going to majorly shift and you're going to be quitting. That it could be any of those three. Is it XRP, Stellar, or Zims? I feel like XRP and Zims, like around the same time. So that's interesting for those of you who have invested in XRP. Before, it feels like before March, end of February, before March. You're gonna be doing like a little happy dance when you leave. You're just gonna be so thrilled to be able to get out of there. Not taken, Sase. There's a possibility, whatever the company is that you work for, there, you might be able to help them with your humanitarian money. You might be able to help them kind of revamp their company or change their focus. It feels like you might be able to turn it around and do a U-turn with it. So you may actually take over the company, or at least, just like I said, help with the revamping of it or whatever. Maybe somebody else would be in charge. But and that could be actually one of the things that you do as your passion project. Is you might change an industry altogether. You might just focus on a certain industry, and just once you do that with this company, then spread it to all the companies that do this kind of work. Or you could just make like a template for all companies. All companies. You can do it however you want. Get really creative, but just think outside the box in terms of, I'm going to come up with a standard operating procedure to change the way this company functions and make it more, being with the times, being with what we know now instead of old world, what we're leaving behind. Everything is about, I just saw like a snake skin being shed off and us becoming like brand new. So we have to embrace the new us and leave that skin behind. It does itch a little bit. It itches to have that skin come off, just like a sunburn or whatnot. But the new way that we're revamping our companies and everything are going to be much more effective, functional, peaceful, harmonious, cohesive. They just said they're going to be respectful. People aren't going to, how it all is. I'm not going to go into all that stuff. Just know I was in the corporate world, so I get it. I understand, and it needs to change. A lot of it needs to change. So you could be, for those of you who are looking to do these projects and things, because I'm talking to, the way that I do these is whatever somebody's asking or inquiring about with these questions, I also help and assist and bless all of you, or bliss all of you, who are in the same position. So I try to get a lot of birds with one stone that way. Okay, so just think outside the box and get creative. What do you feel passionate about? Do you like, a certain industry or a certain company? Can you do something to make an impact in that? An example, I guess, would be Amazon. I mean, the idea is a great idea, but Amazon was kind of going down the bad guy route. Wanted to do all kinds of crazy things in the future, so they're going to need, they're going to need an intervention. And to not be all money grabby and, want to control people or hurt them in any way. So, and they got to be better to their businesses. So, it's going to go well, and I think it's going to go well fairly soon, really soon. It's going to fly by pretty quick, and you're going to be doing a little happy dance. Let me pick up a World Truth card. Oh, interesting. This has not quite concluded and could grow increasingly uncomfortable before it resolves. Stay positive to manifest the best timeline. There are or were many differing opinions and weigh-ins on this matter that have held this off, but things are getting unstuck and there is a consensus being reached. Justice will occur. Okay, this has illusory factors intended to manipulate. It could even be outright untrue, fake, or computer-generated imagery. So what is that talking about in terms of her company? Maybe the company's in trouble because it was manipulating. Computer-generated. Illusory factors, manipulation, I think they're in trouble. I think they took some shortcuts or something. But yeah, follow through on your divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. Well, there you go. And then there will be unexpected, shocking news to be revealed soon. It's to awaken the population and make them aware of important issues that need our attention. Exactly. We're going to be aware of all of the nefarious activities that, that have been behind all these guys for a long time. We're going to shine a light on it, and then we're going to jump in and, do some work to do what we can to make a difference now, to change it. Okay. LC. My parents moved from Florida to Indiana to be closer to me and my sister due to their failing health. They have 2 cats which I have adopted, Rusty and Chloe. I believe that our past pets can come back in our lives. Yes, they can. I sense that these cats are Alex and Dixie in my life. Just wanted confirmation as I really feel this strongly. Thank you, Amy. I love your work. Thank you. And you're welcome. Okay, so the 2 cats that you adopted are Rusty and Chloe. So, Rusty and Chloe, are they Alex and Dixie? Are Alex and Dixie the same as Rusty and Chloe? Are Alex and Dixie the same as Rusty and Chloe? Yes. Okay, so since that was such a short answer, and you probably know which one is which from their characteristics, because they do tend to have some similar personalities in some ways. So I'm gonna get some pet cards for Alex and Dixie. No. I'm gonna get some pet cards for Rusty and Chloe. Okay, so we'll do Rusty first. What does Rusty have to say to you right now? What does Rusty have to say to you right now? Annie's looking at me. She came and laid down right in front of me for this reading. Do you like Rusty? She's really paying attention. Okay, what's Rusty say right now? What does he want you to know? I'm ready to move on. It's okay. What does that mean? That's interesting. Huh, I'm ready to move on. It's okay. Huh? Usually you would get a card like that if you're having problems with the pet and complaining about them a lot and talking about getting them a new home or something. So I guess if you don't feel that way, then there must be a misunderstanding between you and your cat. So maybe reassure Rusty that you're not going anywhere, he's not going anywhere, and you plan to keep him. I want to go more places with you. When you talk to me, it helps when you send me images with your mind. That's how us animals talk. And Annie's coming over. Oh, you make me feel so loved. Is there anything I can do for you? Now Annie's scratching on her scratching post, so maybe Rusty's wanting another scratching post. He just said some like hi, one that's hi. Oh, he said, could you please find me a friend? Aw, how interesting. So let me talk to Rusty for a minute. What's going on, Rusty? Are you feeling like maybe your person's wanting to put you somewhere else? Maybe get rid of you? He feels a little bit unsettled, and like he doesn't he's not sure his place or what he's supposed to be doing right now. Like, what's my job? He feels a little bit lost. No, not right now, honey. So yeah, and he's misunderstands some of the things that you say sometimes, so he's wanting you to just imagine what you're telling him as well. Oh, because sometimes you're picturing what he does wrong, and so he's like, well, I'm already doing that. It's like you're like talking about it is confusing him because it seems like you're saying something that you want him to do and he's already doing it. So start picturing him doing what you want him to do instead of reiterating what he's already doing, and it'll help him to understand what you're asking, what you want him to do. Oh, he's ready to move on from his past life, from the mistakes and the guilt and things like that from the past life. I don't think he wants to relive that. I think that's what he was talking about with that card. Yeah, he's wanting to move on and have a new life with you. Yeah, he wants a clean slate, he just said. I want to start all over again and have a clean slate and go more places, I guess. And he just said, you make me smile inside. Aw. Okay. So, Chloe. All right, what's Chloe have to say? What does Chloe want to say right now to Elsie? What does Chloe want to say to Elsie? Oh, wow, you make me smile inside. Wow. I don't know what you're doing, but you're making them feel awfully special. Oh, she's bored too. I'm bored and I need more fun in my life. Wow. So maybe you need to get some more toys for them and some more things for them to do. Do you have anything that they can look out the window and look at? Birds or squirrels or any fun stuff? Let's see. I hear the way you talk about me sometimes and it hurts my feelings. Can you please be mindful of what you say about me and start affirming good things? Wow, I just said that. You're creating more of what you're repeating. Wow, did I not just say that? That's so crazy. My environment feels a little overwhelming at the moment. I need time alone, undisturbed, please. Perhaps underneath something up high, in a crate of my own, or even in my own room. Remember that other cat was saying he wanted a scratching post that was up high? I think they're both feeling this way. I think a pet who's living with us or who lives with someone close to us needs a new home, don't you think? So maybe they're not happy together. Maybe they're not having too much of a good time. Because the other cat was saying, can you get me a friend? Oh my gosh. I'd like a good challenge, some mental stimulation, but something safe, of course. If I go, I want to come back to you as soon as possible. So they're both a little nervous. Are you having to choose between them? Did you feel like maybe you shouldn't have gotten them together or something? Because if so, they're hearing that and they're feeling uncertain and they're not sure who's gonna get the boot. So I think you got to figure that situation out and give them some reassurance. If you do want to keep them both, then yeah. Hamahihin sa se ke mamo omaan. Hataihin sa se elain. Hamaan. I just helped them to feel more comfortable and told them clarity is coming, that you have heard this message from them, and you're going to have to take it from there and let them know how much you care about them. Obviously, you're very, very sweet to them. They're just feeling a little bit like they don't know what to do. So, and Annie just meowed. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Okay. MT. All right, our business is being sued. The court date is January 21st. Will our business and livelihood be okay? I get a yes. Let me see what else I can get for you. I feel like it's unshakable. I mean, it's really a sturdy yes. It's a very strong yes, and it's a very sturdy yes. Like, I'm trying to move it and bend it and play with it a little bit, and it's not going anywhere. So I think you're going to be fine. You just have to, I would say, some affirmations. Thank you, God, so much that it was so much faster and easier than I ever could have anticipated. This whole thing just blew over so quickly, and it's been no sweat. We absolutely know that we're in the right, and we're just so relieved, God, that you just took that burden off of us. Thank you so much. So I'd be saying affirmations like that all the time just to ensure that. Let me pull some tarot cards as well, just for confirmation. There's going to be a deal struck. It looks like there's going to be a deal. Wow. There's going to be a deal struck and a celebration, triumphing, success, victory, healing. I just heard jubilation, like excitement, happiness. And they just, yeah, they want you to get rid of any kind of lack mentality and fear and throw it out the window. Somebody's going to be regretting something, but they're going to figure out a way to have an epiphany somehow. And so it feels like it was purposeful. Whatever somebody's regretting, you know, that's maybe the purpose or the reason that this happened. There's so many different reasons that, you know, seemingly bad things happen, and there really isn't ever any bad things, you guys. That's one thing that I meant to talk to you guys about today too, is when something looks like something bad is happening, it's so easy for us to go back to prior experiences and think that we're going through that thing again, and oh my gosh, and oh, this is the beginning of a downward slide and all that kind of stuff. You know, you get afraid, you know, oftentimes you get afraid, but keep affirming your new beliefs. I believe things are getting better. I believe that this is a temporary blip. Thank you, God, so much that you've brought some solutions and some miracles to this situation. Thank you, God, so much that everybody's healing from this situation. Thank you so much that it was so much faster and easier than it's ever been before when I've been in a similar situation. You know, just find an affirmation that you can reach for that makes you feel good, that you believe, that you can really hold to and repeat and feel with all your heart and pull yourself out of that. Because what happens is over time you get better and better at doing that, and you get faster and faster recovery. And then in hindsight, you look at the situation and you feel really silly for ever being afraid, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can see the purpose in it now. I can see the reason all that had to happen. One thing that can give you faith too is to go through, oh, Annie just came in here with a little mouse in her mouth. See, there's a gift in everything. There's a gift in everything. You just have to find it. But like I said, one of the exercises, or I was going to say, one of the exercises you can do is thank you, God, for my misery, about past experiences that were bad. So that'll give you a really good idea of what I'm talking about. Everything will ultimately always be to your benefit or advantage. You just have to see it that way, and you have to, you know, somehow you have to sit down with pen and paper and really rack your brain and come up with, you know, the reasons that your higher self put you through that situation. Anyway, so there's going to be some kind of an epiphany like that happens through this, that was a good reason that it all happened. So I would suggest, even while you're going through it, you could do, thank you, God, for my misery. You know, thank you, God, that I'm being sued. Thank you, God, that we're going through this process. And you could do this throughout the whole process, and it would really help you, and maybe everybody involved, feel better about the fact that it's happening and that there is a higher purpose for it. Okay. So I see the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles, and Temperance. So it feels like somebody needs to balance. Oh, I think it's your opposition. They're going to need to balance out their insecurity. And they're insecure right now, and they're thinking they're going to get a bunch of money. So if you can maybe appeal to that, maybe that's like, if you, I don't know how you would do that, but there might be an opportunity somehow in the process where you can appeal to them, feeling insecure about life right now, and then thinking you're their, you know, their, I don't know, I can't think of the word. You know, but you're the thing that's going to save them. You're the thing that's going to give them a bunch of money and get them out of their situation. But they're saying that divine intervention is going to kick in and balance that situation out. But just know that that's where they're coming from, is that lack mentality, that they can't supply for themselves, and they can't, you know, they can't get the solutions for themselves. So just put that in the back of your mind as something that you might address at some point. You know, maybe while you guys are negotiating or whatnot, you can boost their faith in themselves and their own ability to manifest, perhaps. Okay. NG. Hi, Amy. Thanks for the amazing reading you did for me. Could you please do a healing for my cat, Trouble? I had to give him antibiotics and he's had diarrhea ever since. I tried the cat pre and probiotics and healthy digestion food as well as rice in the food, but he's still having issues. Okay, so gave him antibiotics and now he's got diarrhea and he's just been having issues with that. Okay. Well, let me just work on him. Hama anataike insa. Hang on, let me look here for a second. Trouble. Okay. Papa ma anatai insa se ina haike ins. I feel like he's dehydrated. I feel like he needs to drink more. Consider getting him a fountain that trickles water all the time if you don't already have something like that. He needs, I feel like he needs some oils, some good oils for cats. Like, you may want to ask your vet what some good oils would be. Maybe some like salmon oil. I know they have salmon oil that you can squirt on dog food. Some kind of an oil and more water would be really helpful. I'm telling his body what to do to, yeah. If he was a person, I'd say get him an enema. But I think the oil and the water will help things flush through too. Chinchikin sase hate na on. Pam papa reke lakadina de. Sisi shikin timba mama ana ai. Pamama keken sase. Shela na ana o pomama ana aike. He just turned and looked at me like, hey, what's going on? I can feel these tingles. Tape ma om popoma mana aike hey la sensi. And hama ana taikens. Shela ke impo mama an. Tai sase he la na aike. Ho pomama hama ana takin sase. So again, if any of you are also having an animal that's having diarrhea right now and having issues with that, with eating and sensitivity to digesting and all that, they're going to benefit from this as well. Okay. All right, TC. How is my true love, and she puts his name, feeling about me now? Let's take a look. How does he feel about TC, please? How does he feel about TC? He's had some kind of an epiphany about like coming out about his love for you, confessing his love for you. This is funny. All right. He wants to go to the next level. He's had some kind of a wake-up call. Yeah. He's seeing things differently, he just said. It's like a slap in the... He just said a bitch slap. Okay. Yeah, he just got smacked in the face by spirit, and he's had to make a judgment call that he's got to like man up and confess his feelings for you. He's trying to figure out what the best way to give you the clarity that you deserve and that you need, and he doesn't want you slipping away. He knows if he doesn't go to the next level with you really soon, he's going to really regret it. He already regrets so much of what's gone on so far with you guys. It feels like he's gone through a lot of confusion. He's maybe been afraid of being judged by other people. In his community, you know, people that he's really close to, but he's learned to be a little bit more guarded and keep information from them rather than let them dictate everything for him, because they jump in with all their opinions and they're like, I think you should this and that and the other thing. I don't think that could work out because of your location. And it's like he's learning to just go within and not get a bunch of opinions about what he wants to do with you. And it's helping him feel more powerful and feel more capable. And It feels like he is also worried that there are several suitors that you might have. And he's really wanting to show up in such a way that it knocks everybody, like, it knocks the ball out of the ballpark. You know, he doesn't want you even thinking about anybody else. So in the future, it's like he's so afraid that he's going to miss out on this opportunity that he goes rushing in to save the day, is what I just got, to save the day. So he does definitely want this new, you know, this, he wants this to finally start happening and go from a daydream to reality. And then I get the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups, which is celebrating a legacy being, you know, being started here. He knows that this could last the rest of both of your lives, and he wants to get to, like, enjoying his life with you and enjoying what you guys can create together and the kind of legacy you can leave behind as well. There's something also here about somebody else had wanted his money, and he knows with you he could actually have money and fulfillment, and like both of you guys can actually have all your dreams come true. And he's kind of like grinning about that person who treated him really bad that just wanted his money, you know, seeing the two of you so happy. I don't know why that just popped in, but you're everything he's ever wanted with the Empress at the bottom, and he wants the end of a difficult period. His slow incubation period is coming to an end. He's gaining strength, and he's about to lay down the burden and have a new beginning with you and give you that clarity that you've been needing and deserve. So you just sit there on your throne, and you just keep being receptive, kind, loving, and working on your triggers like we all have to do. And he is soon going to arrive and make you an offer you can't refuse, is what it looks like. He's going to fight for your love. And I don't think he's going to be listening to anybody else's input anymore. Okay, EC. Hi, Amy. My ex-husband has been angry since our separation 4.5 years ago and has halted any of my attempts to settle our divorce. Uh-oh. He is presently in the hospital with pancreas issues, which I believe are related to his anger. Can you please find out if he will be okay, and if his condition will help soften him so we can finalize our divorce, or will he continue to keep being the way that he's been? Okay, let's see here. He's wavered back and forth. He's really been battling his ego big time. But he's been thinking about it. I want her back, he just said. I just want her back. It's like he doesn't want to do the improving, but he also doesn't want to lose you. And he doesn't want to live with the guilt of having been the one that caused this whole thing to happen. So he's really in quite the mix of emotions right now. And I do feel, though, that he's going to make some kind of a breakthrough, and I do believe he's going to soften. I'm talking to him now. He doesn't believe he can get somebody better than you. So I basically told him the answer is to listen to the things that she has given you input about throughout that relationship, and instead of having a chip on your shoulder about it, maybe get help to change some of those things, and not so that you can still be with her, but so that you will go into a fresh new relationship with all kinds of new tools, and, you know, being a better listener, being somebody who validates your partner, being somebody who can apologize, being someone who can, let their guard down, or whatever it was that he needed to work on. And he nodded. He's like, yeah, I realize that that's a smart thing to do. So he's laughing. He's like, why didn't I think of that? Well, sometimes when you're in it, you just have this really narrow focus. So, sometimes you need an outsider to just kind of go, oh, okay. So, hama nakin sa sipi na ashins. Hala man. He's still not going to be in a hurry to get a divorce, but he's definitely leaning more toward wanting to fix things with you or reconcile to a certain extent. He'll probably be asking you a bunch of questions about what he did wrong and all that kind of stuff, from the talk I just had with him. But I do feel like he's leaning more toward, instead of wanting to fix it or do something about it or give himself a horrible time about it, blaming himself and all that, he's seeing more that he needs to actually do something to transform himself, and if he's going to be any good to anybody in the future. So I feel like it's leading to a good place. And yeah, he's worried, he's defensive, but he's going to be apologizing. He's going to be apologizing for that. He's going to really put in the effort to be a better communicator. He's going to have, I'm looking at tarot cards now, he's going to have some kind of an epiphany that gives him courage to cultivate some cooperation and heal the heartbreak between you guys. So that's great. Yay. Okay. Okay, CP. My true love texted me on New Year's Eve, a simple Happy New Year. I responded as simple as he did. I would usually try to keep the conversation going, but this time I didn't. My question is, what did he think of this interaction? Thank you. Angel blessings and wishes for a magical year. Thank you so much. Okay. So what did he think of that interaction? What did he think of that interaction, Spirit? What did he think of that interaction? That you guys have a bright future and he wants to heal things with you? If he can only come out of hiding. I feel like he's been doing some introspective work on himself. He's been doing some good reflecting, and he knows that there are some things in his life he wants to rectify and things he wants to get rid of. He's detoxing his body, I feel, and he's also detoxing people from his life that he feels are not contributing. He has some immature people in his life. I feel like maybe even he may have been having sex with people who were younger that he's feeling embarrassed about. Or maybe he's kind of having the same sex as he did back in high school, and he's feeling like he wants to have grown-up sex. This is so interesting. It's like he really wants to see what it's like to be truly intimate with someone, I think is what he's saying. And then I get the Ace of Wands. That's funny. So he's just you make him feel insecure because you're like calling him out on a different kind of love, a different kind of sex and everything. So he's just, out of his element. He's out of his element. And, but he's also feeling really giddy and hopeful and excited. And he knows that you guys have so much potential, and he just wants to take that, let you guys out of your cage. It's like he's put you guys in a cage. Oh, and then I get the Six of Wands and the Sun. Holy cow. So yeah, he's ready to like proclaim that love to everybody and shine that light on everyone, that this is my true love, with the Two of Cups. Yeah, he really wants to heal things. He really wants to have his victory with you, and he wants to stop putting you up on a pedestal and finally just share his feelings and ask for commitment. He wants to stop spying and have you by his side and have you as a real legitimate partner in his life. Yeah, he's about to have some kind of major epiphany that's going to help him to have something to say to you. Like give him something to say. Like, you won't believe what I just went through. Like, oh my gosh, I just had this epiphany, or whatever the epiphany he has leads to a certain action. Then he's then able to tell you about, like, oh my gosh, I just realized, I couldn't do this anymore, and I left my job and I went to this new place, and now I'm and it's like he thinks that's really gonna impress the pants off you, and it will. And I just felt like the Spirit saying many of you are going to have true loves that are going to do this, uncomfortable stuff that they're going through right now is really leading them to some really awesome realizations that are going to take them outside their comfort zone. Most of them, hopefully, are going to break out of those old patterns, belief systems, and ideas. And they're going to be calling you, letting you know that, they want a fresh new start. And they want it to be radically different than the life that they've been living up till now. So that's exciting. Yeah. As confirmation, I just got the eight of coins and the 7 of coins. Yeah, and the 5 of Pentacles and then the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. So yeah, money, 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 money. Money, money, job, career, skills, abilities. He's trying to get past a lack mentality and get into an abundant mindset so that he can start a new life with you and you guys could have everything that you would want out of this life. Okay. I really love doing it this way. I have a little external mic that I'm wearing, and it enables me to pause it in between your guys' readings. That way I'm able to timestamp it right now rather than having to go watch it again to get the timestamps. So cool. See, there's always a benefit and advantage to all the different changes you ever have coming on. It's like, maybe I'm going to do it this way forever because this is just awesome. And I'm doing it in the dark. Normally I have to worry about, the lighting and whether or not, I'm going to have enough light, or whether I need to get some artificial light or that kind of thing. So I'm feeling pretty great about this arrangement. This is pretty nice. Okay, so hi Amy, my twin blank and I have been estranged for about 10 years now. I've been told she has a spell on her. She has a spell on her and was wondering if you could read her energy and lift it. Will we ever have a close relationship again? Well, let's take a look. I do feel she's got a spell on her. Would she give me permission to work on her and help alleviate the spell? Actually, I feel like, yes, she's kind of fed up with it. She also feels a real stuck energy. It's not just with you, but I feel like it's affecting her work. It's got her depressed. I feel like she's just really not in a good place right now. She feels really, really stuck. Like a lot of masculines right now. Yeah, bad decisions. A series of bad decisions, Okay, so let's take a look. How is she feeling? Well, let me see what I can do to remove it first, and then we'll check how she's feeling. Okay. Shenche pepena haikens. Sase ikina puhuman. Hala hena ki itchen sase ihi eken. Hala oma ama anatena hishiken sase e. Hala ana hapa naki. Hala sanse shiken tapamaman. Tai la hansa sen. Ho pomo homa anaken. Shin sase kin tapa imaon. It was old and faded. It was like it was kind of like a lingering energy that wasn't still being put on her, but it just happened to still be there because nobody ever broke it and nobody ever stopped it. So it's like, oh, I don't, it's like a prisoner with the lock has been taken off of his cell and he didn't even know. So she's like, oh, well, of course I want that off of me. Like, well, holy cow. I was like, actually, you're free. You're free now. She's like, whoa, she's looking around like, really? What can I do? I wonder. How interesting. I just wonder what's going to start happening for her now. She's going to have all kinds of cool things start happening. All right. So how are you feeling about your love? The one that wrote this message to me. How do you feel about her right now? Wow. 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 Okay. So she's manifesting, laying the burden down. Like manifesting, that would mean she's like making plans. She's gained strength. maybe through what I just did, and she's wanting to have her daydream come to reality. She's wanting to pull this thing together. So somehow I've given her strength through that severing, and she's like, I just saw relief. She's so relieved. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got 15 wands here. That's 6 again with 6. I'll go back to 15 at the beginning of this video. So that whatever that message was, it definitely applies to you. So we have the page of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. So she's trying to figure out a way to say something to you despite maybe some other opinions or some other things that are kind of pulling her attention. Maybe she's going to have a lot happen now that she's gotten unstuck, and she's uncertain about what she's going to say to you or what she's going to offer, but she really wants it to feel like something, she wants it to be tangible, not daydreams anymore. She wants to give back to you, and she wants there to be plenty of communication and clarity, and she wants to do what she wants to do and quit her people pleasing. Cupid's arrows are hitting her pretty hard, and she really wants to take you down off that pedestal and just be balanced with you and realize that she's worthy of you, and you guys are on the same page. You guys are of the same, caliber. Nobody's above anybody, and she's going to be gaining some self-esteem here soon and some confidence, and she's going to want to bring this together. So, and I just looked at the 8 of Wands when I was thinking of when that might happen. So that could be 8 weeks to 8 months ish. So you should hear something from her, some kind of probably a text message or something like that, just kind of checking on you, putting her toe in the water. All right. MC. Hi, Amy. I've been struggling to find my path and purpose in life. Oftentimes I feel as though there's a block that's keeping me from being able to figure it out. However, I feel like I'm meant for something great. I'm hoping you can help give me some direction and guidance about that. Okay. I just saw you listening to your intuition, holding a lantern and helping some people figure out their way, like through a maze or a staircase. It's a card. I think it's called Adriana. It's in like the Goddess cards or something. I don't remember what deck it was, but I feel like you're there to guide other people with your intuition is one of the things. But I believe everybody's life purpose is to realize who they are. Just to be present in the moment and know that they are not the physical body, but that they are the essence that is one with God. That's our life purpose. Because once we realize that, once we see what and who we truly are, then we become what we're truly meant to be, and everything falls into place, and we manifest everything that we want very, very quickly, which is why the Lucys for a long, long time in our society have done everything within their power to make us as weak as humanly possible so that we don't realize how powerful we are. So I would make it your objective to be as present in the moment as possible and try to enlighten, honestly. I would try to ascend and drop your ego. Byron Katie's work is great for learning how to do that. Also, Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, is really great also at pointing out what your life purpose is, getting past the ego. We all pretty much, I do believe we have the same life purpose, but we just have our different way of doing it, what we'll do with it once we step into our power. Of course, there are certain things that you're going to be doing that are different than what other people are doing. But I wouldn't put so much pressure on yourself in terms of finding out that could even be one of the tricks of the Lucys did. Who knows? They've done so much to manipulate us, but maybe it's like, if you don't have a life purpose, you will be depressed and miserable. You put all this pressure on yourself to do this, that, or the other thing, or you're just a waste of space and time. But it isn't like that, you're fulfilling your life purpose already just by being alive right now and for submitting your question. That was part of your purpose, and you did it, and you did it with success. So every decision that you've made up till now and everything that you've been doing with your life has been your life purpose. So just keep being you and be the most authentic version of you can. Stay as present in the moment as you can to stay out of your ego. And if you can, enlighten and go to the 5D. And I do feel that that's exactly where you're headed. So embrace and validate who you are, that you're not exactly happy about. Like, embrace all your circumstances just how they are, and be proud of yourself and say, you know what, I've done the best job that I possibly could with the purest heart I could, and I think I've done a good job. And of course I've made these decisions. It makes perfect sense why I would have made those decisions, even the ones that I regret. Doing it all over again, I'd probably do the same thing. So yeah, just cut yourself some slack and don't put so much pressure on yourself, because you are going to do some phenomenal things. And I feel like even teaching, you are going to lead people through the dark with your intuition somehow. But I also, and maybe that is actually what you're going to be teaching. And I just saw that you might do a TED Talk or something that becomes very public, with lots and lots of views. They just said millions even. But I just felt you'd be overwhelmed or kind of gasp with that. But this is why Spirit doesn't tell some of us, all that's coming in the future, because we'd be freaking out. Like, what do you mean? So just keep doing you to the best of your ability. Just keep striving to go outside your comfort zone and be as authentic as you can, and you'll get there real quick. You're going to be manifesting all those things that you maybe didn't even know were seeds that were going to come to life in you. Things that were just little inklings years ago. All of a sudden you'll find yourself in a position or a circumstance where you're like, oh my gosh, that's why I've always had that love for those things. That's why I've always strived to be a good listener. That's why I've always It all led up to this moment, and all of a sudden you're birthing this is my life purpose. This is what I was born to do. But I've had so many of those moments myself. I've birthed a big life purpose moment so many times. So it's not just about one big life purpose thing. It's more, you just keep seeing that the more you keep leveling up, the more it just feels right. And it just feels more and more at home within yourself and within the present moment. All right. Hello, Amy. I've been talking regularly with my DM since mid-December after 7 months of almost no contact. Yay! He's being friendly and texts me frequently, but I can't tell if he actually wants to reconcile, or is this just friendly texting? Can you please check what's on his mind? Absolutely. Let's check him out. What is going on with this guy? Oftentimes, you may want to look at the video on my playlist, all about true love. There's a video called The Divine Masculine's Ultimate Test. And it kind of explains why they friend zone you and why they pretend to be all about work or that type of thing. They deny their feelings. They do all kinds of crazy things because they have some growing up to do. All right. Sometimes they don't want to go the same route that they went before. Also, they want to do something totally different. Yeah, he's lying. He's lying. Trying to act like he just wants to be friends. Jeez. These guys. Okay. Wow. Yeah, he's doing it because he's people pleasing somebody. He's probably listening to his family or something, and it's burdening him. Yeah, all the different people weighing in on that situation. That's why he's just trying to act like he is, but I feel like he would take a turn. He's going to take a turn at some point, and he won't be able to take it anymore, because his heart is like wanting a new beginning and wanting to, he's like all giddy just being back talking to you again. So he wants to come out of hiding, and he wants to go on this new journey with you, and he's going to feel successful and victorious having done so. So obviously this is something that he's been fighting and going back and forth about within himself for a while. I feel like he's trying to overcome a feeling that you don't really need him, that you're kind of above him, and also give back to you after having kind of walked all over you in a way. He doesn't like how he treated you, and he feels a little nervous, like he's out of his element, even addressing this. I don't think he's the best communicator. And he knows that he's lying, holding back, from telling you the truth. So in the future, it looks like divine intervention kicks in and maybe gives him a little competition, or maybe he finds out about the guy that you were dating for a while or something. But if something's going to happen that shakes him up here in the future and probably pushes him to talk to you. All right. So I'm picking some masculine cards right now. I'm thinking of you right now, and it's putting a smile on my face. I can't wait till we're face to face. I always get giddy the closer I get to coming to see you. I'm closer than you think. I'm afraid I'll push you away out of feeling unworthy. Let me work on loving myself. I know I can do this, and I really don't want to lose you. You're my everything. Yeah. I have to put my career first right now. Know that you, and though you probably think I'm putting this before you, I feel it's actually it's me letting you be comfortable while I build something for us. So, yeah, I mean, we do have the 6 of Pentacles here and the 4 of Pentacles, so together that's 10 of Pentacles, like wanting to build a legacy, and he's wanting to give back to you. So maybe he's playing friend right now while he's people pleasing his parents or someone, but then this realization comes and he switches his focus back on you. Yeah, see, I've been lying to you or hiding from you out of fear or to save face. However, I've pushed you away. Just know that it was a lie and I feel terrible. I will get honest with you at a future date. There you go. Oh, I'm in the middle of a legal matter I feel would be affected by me contacting you, or would it affect you adversely to get involved with. I'll reach out to you when I feel it's okay to do so. I'm on my way to you right now. I'm so excited. I may lay low till I get there so no one tries to stop me. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you. He wants to be with you physically. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. So the legal thing might have to do with some kind of a misunderstanding or something he's being accused of that he didn't do, because I got whatever you just heard or about to hear. If it hurt you, know that it wasn't true. It was fake news, a misunderstanding, or you're not getting the whole story. Trust me, I'll explain later. So that just made me think of the lawsuit thing, or the legal matter. Could be custody if he has kids. I don't think he does though. But whatever this, maybe somebody's, just makes me think somebody's coming after him or something weird. But whatever it is, that burden is going to be lifted. And he says, I would absolutely do anything for you. I'd go to the end of the earth, and I will prove this once we come together in time. You know who I truly am, and I plan to make this up to you. And again, I got the fake news card. So I would just have a lot of grace with yourself and with him. Be patient. Just ride it out, and just be there for him. Be supportive. And at some time in the future, he's going to be not able to tolerate where he's keeping you guys right now. He's not going to be able to help it anymore. He's just going to be like, oh my gosh, listen. You have no idea how much I love you, and I'm so sorry I've kept it from you, and I acted like I was just your friend. I'm so sorry. It's like totally eating at him. So I just think you just keep being the beautiful person that you are, and you just keep being there for him, and he will open up. And I just saw a flower like blossoming for you. So you just have to be a little bit more patient and encourage him to be in his strength. All right. Say hi to your little sweetheart for me. Okay, JL. Hi, Amy. My little cat Holly has a large bump on her near or her right kidney. I was wondering if this advice from this other channeler would be something I can work on. You helped my little cat Candy a few months ago, and I was hoping you can help Holly too. Would you be so kind as to look inside of her and see if there's any information you can glean? Yeah. Hapama anataikensa sheshin I. If she follows what this channeler has said that she should do with Holly, will it work? I just gotta know. Partial. They said partially. Take it slow. It feels like whatever the channeler was saying, it would be like more gung-ho or more forced than what Spirit is recommending. But she does have the right idea. And I just got the word flush. So I don't know if she was recommending flushing Holly out, flushing the kidney out or whatever. But if she was, then this is definitely confirmation that that's a good thing to do. But I'm going to work on her kidney right now. It feels hard to me, like hardened, and it's spotty. It's got spots on it. It's like black with red spots. Now that could just be symbolic, and so, could be, that's negativity and anger in terms of the colors when I see energy. But is there something she's angry and kind of pissed off about that, that's been hard for her to digest? Yeah, she's got some resentment. I'm pulling this energy off of her, and she's just like, I don't know if I'm ready to let that go. Hama na taken sasishiin. Ha pomaang. Ha lakiri na taisan. I said it's causing you physical problems. It's not really doing anything to the person that you're resenting anyway. So why not just let go of it, be healthy, and then maybe try to get what you want from the person that you're resenting. So I'm going to pull some pet cards. Okay. I just asked if you were going to if you were going to understand what I said about what the channeler said. And they said yes, that you would take right action, that you would understand what I said, and that you would know what to do there. And then, yeah, they said the key is to take it slow, whatever that is. Okay. All right, here. I hate when you leave me alone. Could you please give me something to do while you're gone? So, that could be something. Maybe you used to spend a lot of time with her and now you don't. And she can't stand it. She really needs a friend or something to do while you're gone. Could you please grab me a surprise while you're out and about sometimes? Oh, so I think sometimes when you come through the door, she's like disappointed, like, what? You didn't get me a cat toy? You didn't give me a new bed? You didn't give me what? I don't like your partner, bestie, or whoever you're spending a bunch of time with bringing around me. You deserve better than how they treat you. So maybe you're a little distracted by someone else too, and you're not giving her the attention that you used to. I don't like that person, place, or thing you're wondering about or talking about all the time. I want you to be happy. Wow, it sounds like you might be dealing with somebody who's a little toxic, huh? All right, I'm scared of something that's outside, but coming too close to our home for comfort. So I don't know if she's been like peeing on things or whatnot, but sometimes when cats pee like under a window, they're scared and they're trying to ward off something that's outside, like a bear or a coyote, something kind of scary out there. So you might have a talk with her and just reassure her that whatever's outside is not going to come in the house. Like, these houses are made sturdy. That's not going to happen, They don't think like people, so they don't know that whatever's out there is not coming in, So, hama na te sa shiki na poha ma'an hela pimpaiken jinsanse. Are you moving? Are you going to take me along with you if you do? Okay. So make sure you're explaining things to her and keeping her in the loop. I'm allergic to something inside our home. Can I have an idea? Maybe something in the carpet? Do you have carpet? I love when you laugh and smile more. I'm doing my best to put a smile on your face. I hate to see you sad or upset. Are you leaving me? Are you giving me up? Sigh. Oh, it sounds like she just feels like pretty like left out and lonely, maybe. So I would start paying some more attention to her, and maybe play with her every night. Bring her some more like a new toy I'd probably get my girls a new toy every month or so, something fun. Thanks for dealing with my bad behavior with such patience. I wish I knew better what I could do to make it better. I really want us to be happy. You make me smile inside. And I love how you try to speak my language. We got a good thing here, you and I. So she really wants to stay with you, and she's hoping that you're not going to get rid of her. And she's just needing some more entertainment and some more attention, it sounds like. Okay. LC. Hi, Amy. I love all your videos. So glad I found you. Thank you. I've been wondering when I would meet my soulmate or future husband. I feel like it will be soon, and I can't wait to meet him. Here are my questions. She has 3. Number 1, when will I meet him? Okay, so something I should tell you about is sometimes when and this goes on in our world also, whenever you predict a time, there's something about the energy of it, everybody anticipating it or you anticipating it. Sometimes it puts it off into the future. So it's best if you actually don't know a time. And it may be a year or something like that, but something more vague. Because otherwise that anticipation, it keeps you in limbo. It keeps you, I think what it is that it keeps you in an energy of kind of like lack or missing, or gosh, I'm kind of bored sitting there twiddling my fingers waiting for this thing to happen. It's like do. And that energy is not a receptive energy, the kind of energy that draws the thing to you. The thing that draws the thing to you is the more present that you are, the more that you accept your circumstances as they are, and you're happy, and then you're full of gratitude. So the more you can be in gratitude for how your life is right now, and think it's perfect how it is. You could say thank you, God. Thank you, God, for my misery. You could do that exercise and say thank you, God, that I don't have a man yet. And write down all the benefits and advantages as to why that's perfect right now for you. So having said that, though, I'm going to answer when you might meet him, or what I'm sensing right now, before you know what the date is, which could change the date once you hear it. But I'll give it a shot. Believe it or not, it actually might be sooner than you think. Is that this year? February. Yeah. Maybe even around Valentine's Day or just after. I feel like you're going to, meet him. Either this is symbolic or literal, but I just saw him reaching out and holding shaking your hand. Hey, good to meet you. Yeah. Like I've heard all about you, or, that kind of feel. Some kind of friendly interaction. You guys definitely notice each other. You look each other in the eye and you're attracted, and both of you can feel that. So I think that's how you're going to recognize and know. You're gonna be like, whoa, did you feel that? He's gonna think the same thing, like, whoa. Okay, so number 2, where will I meet him? It kind of felt like a restaurant. Like he might be the owner of the restaurant even. Or maybe, and waiters don't usually shake your hand. Actually, nobody shakes hands right now. Oh gosh. But it's something. It's kind of looks dimly lit, and it just looks like it's in a quiet place. It looks like It looks like just a dimly lit restaurant, and him shaking your hand and being real friendly. I don't see a mask on his face either, so hopefully that means that things are going to be shifting soon. I hope. When those truths come out and everybody realizes what's been going on, those masks are going to come off real quick. Okay, so yeah, in the energy around feels uplifted. It feels like relieved. The people that are eating there feel like, like we can just be ourselves, and it just that feels so good. So, all right. So number 3. Totally separate from the first 2, but just curious. How will I do investing in XRP? How funny! Another XRP person. It'll do great. It's going to do great. Any insight you can give will be great. Okay, so I feel like some of these answers were really short, so I'm just going to see if there's anything that Spirit wants to tell you about the guy coming into your life. I may have told you this in a prior reading before, I'm not sure, but I'll just see what Spirit wants to tell you right now. He's got money. I don't apparently needed to know that. Or you're going to have money, but I just saw a man's hand holding and fanning out a bunch of money in his hand. He has a really good relationship with money, so he's very abundant. And it's because he's got an attitude of like he's not afraid to spend it. He gives it out, he gets it back, and he's just got a good relationship with money. It just feels like he's always been able to provide for himself pretty easily, and he's got a good attitude, and I like the way that he treats money. It's easy come, easy go, no big deal. He doesn't put a bunch of weight on it or fret or worry about it. He just knows it'll always be there, and he trusts, and that's really big. So it's always done well for him. You guys may be buying a house together, maybe even building a house. Is it buying or building? I think you're going to have a choice as to what you want to do. But I see like a big tan house, like a 2-story tan house. So he's really gonna give you a lot of stability. You're gonna feel relieved. You're just gonna feel relieved, like everything is right. Because I feel like you've done a lot of good things for people in your life, and it's gonna come back to you. He's really gonna take good care of you. Not that you need being taken care of, but like he's gonna do a really good job of making you feel like you mean something to him or to someone, Like he's going to look out for you for once because you've done so much for other people. So it's going to feel like a reward of sorts. It's going to feel really, really nice to be taken care of by someone who genuinely really cares about you. All right. CG. All right, she wants a true love check-in for her person. And then she's got his name down. All right. True love check-in for your man. All right. What's he feeling about her right now, please? What's he feeling about her? I just was about to ask what's he going through, so he must be going through something. I just saw mustard seed, like having the faith of a mustard seed. He keeps telling himself that. Okay. What's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? He's a little insecure. I think he's insecure as to like where he stands with you. He's trying to figure out a way to come out of hiding and to come out of that insecurity. Yeah, he's having anxiety. I wonder if you're one of those people that are having those heart palpitations and anxiety. because he's fighting with people about you and stuff like that. Like, he's having a lot of conflict. Wow, the Tower and the Moon in his head. So he's listening to his intuition, and he's getting some kind of divine intervention. Like, they're telling him to do something. He's needing to find the strength to do and trying to figure out a way. He may have gotten some kind of news where he needs to act on it quickly, and he's like, oh my God. And it might have to do with his job, so maybe he lost his job or he needs to change his job. He wants to beat out the competition. Yeah, maybe he's afraid that you're going to start seeing somebody else, and he needs to find a job quickly so that he just said look like a loser. He doesn't want to look like a loser. He doesn't want to look like a kid that doesn't have a job. So it's like he puts a lot of weight on how he looks to you, you know, depending on his job. Like, his job is his, it makes him feel good about himself. It gives him his self-esteem. So to maybe lose his job or change his career is a bit of a bruise for him. So he does want to communicate to you about, wow, whatever this is, it's really putting him in his power. I mean, he's in a moment of weakness right now, but he's going to lay down that burden. If he's been lying to you and you've been suspecting that he's lying, that he definitely is. Otherwise, it's him strategizing on how to lay a burden down. Maybe the burden is him hiding from you. But it does look like he's healing, and he's super excited and inspired to have a new start. Maybe losing his job or whatever's just happened to him is actually leading him straight into your arms. So he's kind of thrilled. He's like scared, but he's like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is perfect. So he's going to be reaching out to you about how you guys can make or have your dreams come true with one another, and perhaps stay together the rest of your lives. And he's got the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's huge. So he really is feeling, or maybe soon is going to be feeling like the man that he always wished he could be. You know, he's really kind of being forced by the universe to do what he wants to do for once. And he's pretty darn excited about that. He is regretful over letting fear dictate in his life, but he's loving himself more now. And he feels like he's much more grounded, and he's good at navigating his way around negativity and drama now. So he feels like he's very quickly getting ready to start something new, to make you some kind of an offer. And he thinks about you non-stop. Okay. DG. Amy, I want to thank you for all you do to help others. Aw, thank you. Thank you for thanking me. Hope you have an absolutely beautiful 2022. You deserve it. Thanks. I would like to check in on my DM and see how his progress is coming, or anything that could be helpful for me to know at this time. We're out of separation for the moment, and even though we aren't writing a lot, I'll take it over nothing. So he's supposed to be visiting for a work training at the end of January near me, in case that would help with any insight you may have. All right, so let me do a spread for him. Hang on a moment. See, I was able to pause, and I shuffled all the cards and laid them all out. You guys didn't even have to go through all that. All right, the bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. He definitely wants to reach out to you, reach out and touch you on a heart level. He knows that you are his true love. He recognizes that, and he's not quite sure what to do about it. Ooh, wow. I feel like you're going to tell him he's your true love, and he is going to be A-okay with it. He already feels like you guys have already kind of discussed this in a different way. But because he's like, duh, of course, you know, I already know this is a miracle. This is God's gift to me. So, King of Pentacles and the Empress in his heart, in his headspace. He's thinking he is the king of the top of the world, and you are everything he's ever wanted, and like the queen of his life. So it looks like he wants to pamper you. like with material things. Looks like he wants to make you feel like lavish, abundant, and successful, and wants to just make you feel incredible. And I just saw you like dressed in velvet and silk and materials that just make you feel really sexy. And he just wants to, to cloak you in lavish love, is what I'm getting. And in his heart space, he wants to make a judgment call to share his true feelings with you and be vulnerable and quit acting like, quit having his guard up. He's willing to take a hit to his ego and face his fear of, oh geez, I'm gonna look like a little kid, or whatever. If I go to express my feelings, then I'm totally vulnerable and she might just annihilate me or something. But whatever this is, he's gonna get over it, and he is gonna share from the heart with you. And he cannot stop thinking about you. It's like he's tried to deny this connection before. He's tried to walk away from it. And he's just like, oh my God, she torments me. Like, no matter what I do throughout my day, I think about her, and it's driving me crazy. So his overall energy is the World and the Three of Cups. So he is wanting to heal this. He's also feels like he needs to heal something with a third party, with somebody that he's leaving. And he's celebrating that he's closing the chapter of that life, because he feels like a life with you would be so much more authentic and real than he's ever even experienced before. And it feels like I see something sexual here. The World, they're naked, and the Lovers, they're naked. So I feel like maybe the way that you guys, make love is different than he's ever had before too. And that he's like, he knows that your bodies could be not perfect, and that you guys still are just completely, totally blissed out. Like, it's not about how your bodies look. So he's comfortable getting older with you, like, or getting fat with you, or like, he could get wrinkles and everything. He knows that you would not leave his side. And that's an insecurity that he's had with other people. If I lose my looks, what happens then? He doesn't feel that way with you. So in the future, it looks like he decides to make a major decision to walk away from all things toxic, which could be drinking, actually, because there's a lot of cups here. But I think he's walking toward the one that he loves the mostest, he just said, and is, just walking away from, he just said the bullshit, just walking away from the bullshit that he's actually quite angry about. It feels like he's pretty pissed off about another situation. And he feels a bit victimized by it. And he feels like that person really manipulated him a lot, and it was for money. So, yeah, he wants to hang on to you and have a new beginning with you. He's just got to learn to have really good boundaries and hold back from that karmic who's trying to hold on to his money somehow. And I just got like grabby hands, like she's got grabby hands. So let me read a couple of masculine cards for you. All right. Some of my friends and family don't approve of you, but I don't care. I'll be mourning these people if they don't come around to backing me up on what truly makes me happy. I know I'll be sad, but it's for the best. I feel like I'm going through a major test of faith right now and trying to stay positive, but it's hard. It just feels like life is against me, but I know I'll make it across the finish line and hold you in my arms when I pass this. Yeah, he's feeling a bit victimized right now, probably by that other person. I hope you're ready to make some major life changes quickly, because I'm going to sweep you away. Think about simplifying your life as best you can, because I anticipate this moving fast. I'm still trying to get over my ex and related wounds. Please give me space while I heal, and know that once I lick my wounds, I'll come to you properly healed. I've really been through the ringer. I'm really depressed right now. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. I just need some time to get through this darkness. Please let me be. So just be real patient with him. Be real gentle with him. And have a great time when you get to talk to him. And I think he's going to be real ready to have that conversation by the time he gets there. So good luck. And I guess we'll see what comes up in the future here. Okay, LB. Amy, I have Zim that I want to use. And by the way, Zim is Zimbabwe notes, for those of you guys who don't know that. So I have Zim that I want to use for humanitarian projects. In a recent video, you said to stay away from Saint Germain Trust. Can you tell me if the Love One Society would be a good option? Yeah, I just got a yes. But I'll pull some cards on it too. They said they're not connected to those trusts. That's awesome. I didn't even know that these guys did that sort of thing. Should I develop my own trust and join them, or do you think I could join them without issues? I think we need to have an LLC with an EIN and a trust prior to going into the redemption centers. So I think that, yeah, you're gonna need all that set up beforehand. Otherwise, they're gonna try to hook you up with the bank, and you don't want to go through the bank. So try to get those as soon as you can. Oh, I thought you were saying that the Love One Society actually has trusts and stuff like that, or is it that you're trying to get involved in what they're creating? You can do whatever you want to. You know, if they'll let you be on their executive committee, absolutely, completely go for it. It feels good. Okay, plus, could I have my own trust and continue to work in these areas? You could do whatever you want to. Yeah, do whatever you want to. And you can change your mind. You know, it's not like ironclad. You don't have to do... And there's no particular way, you know. Just feel it out as you go. But I would definitely go in with your own information, because your Zims are yours. Even if you're going to be a part of that project, you want to be able to monitor it and only give a certain amount to them at a certain time or whatnot, you know. They don't want you to feel insecure. They want you to go into the redemption meeting in your power and be listening to your intuition. So I didn't necessarily say not to do the Saint Germain thing. You know, I mean, I think I definitely alluded to that, but it was more about, like, listen to your intuition. And I just got the High Priestess and Temperance. So divine intervention might kick in, but I really do feel that meeting is going to be important. But I think it's going to be a test. They just said a test of greed. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So you'll have to figure that out for yourself. Sometimes, you guys, it's not that I don't know the answer to it. It's that you're not supposed to know, because it's a test, okay? So trust what Spirit says through me. Just trust it and listen to your own. And in this situation, they're just wanting you to just navigate it yourself with your own intuition. I'm just saying, yeah. I think there will be other. There'll be, I think it's called Rodriguez. There's going to be like another trust that they could pay you out of. I thought you were saying that this Loved One Society could be one of those trusts that they pay you out of or something, but I guess not. So, all right. So what's going to happen if she goes with Loved One Society? Is that a good thing? Yes, it is. Queen of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So that would be a yes, and that would be that you're going to be communicating with them about a new trade, a new life, a new career. And in another yes, King of Swords. So you're going to have good boundaries with these people and be really straight up and honest with them, and have complete faith in the situation, have an abundant attitude. No, damn, girl, you got 9 of Pentacles with the Hierophant here and the Wheel of Fortune. I think you're going to pass that test. I think you're definitely going to pass that test. And so go in there in your power, and you do what you want to do, and make sure that you you figure it out for yourself what you want. You know, find out what they're doing and whatnot, and weigh it in your mind. You could do your own thing, like it, or you can join with them, or whatever makes you feel most comfortable. But whatever you do, go into that meeting in your power. and feel confident about what you're doing, and try to get a bunch of this background stuff done before they have the meetings. And I think the meetings are coming fairly soon. So I would hurry. And I just got the 8 of Wands, like go forward quickly. And then the Chariot, so it's like unstoppable. This is going to balance out and go forward unstoppably. It feels powerful. It feels powerful, and it feels like this is coming because you loved yourself enough to go for it. And as a result, you're going to be the Star, the Death, and the Queen of Pentacles. So you're going to be sitting real pretty. You're going to be sitting real pretty with that money, and you're going to do a lot of healing, a lot of purging, and a lot of transformation as a result. Just stay centered in your love for yourself. And they're also saying, see, the High Priestess and Justice. So listen to your intuition in terms of the right thing to do with a legal matter, which would be contracts and things. So, yeah. That's so interesting, right? Be in your power. They just keep saying, be in your power, be in your power, be in your power. Just be confident. It's not like they're not going to fund you. They're going to fund you. But they're going to be feeling out your vibration when you go in there. So if anything, just feel confident. If you don't know the the whole plan, just feel totally confident of the difference you want to make in this world and go in with that energy. Oh, and I just got the World card and the 8 of Pentacles when I said that. Yeah, you're going to be putting in a lot of effort to help heal the world. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So it has a really good feel to it. You're going to be really making a difference. It's going to be awesome. Knight of Swords. Yeah, charge forward toward whatever it is that fills your heart with inspiration and faith. All right. XM. Can you ask Spirit or do a mini med bed regarding a migraine I got December 29th? It was so bad it made me throw up. What was the specific cause of it? You being hard on yourself, you being too critical of yourself. And I just saw like jaws, like shark's teeth and red all around them. So, it makes me think of, when chum is put in the water, the sharks kind of come swimming around and want a piece of that bloody gunk in the water. So there must have been something that happened. Maybe you were just really, really hard on yourself, or really, really harsh, like a shark. And they just said, like shame on you for beating yourself up like that. Is there, I just saw the word math. Was there some kind of something having to do with numbers that you were involved with that you didn't do quite right? Or maybe it's even like, maybe you miscalculated how much something would cost, or, something like that. And I just saw the word entangled. You got entangled in something, and maybe, I don't know, made a bad decision regarding money or something. I don't know. It was really mostly about that and how you were treating yourself. I think the day prior, maybe, or like it was leading up to it. They said you need to figure out a way to also vent and blow off steam. Okay, so whatever that mistake was you feel that you made, that you were real critical about yourself, or maybe it's even over a long period of time where you feel you're at with money or something, but do the thank you God for my misery exercise with it. Thank you God that blah blah blah, whatever the bad thing is that you think is happening that's bad. And then just write down all the benefits and advantages you can come up with as to why that's actually a really good thing, that things worked out that way. It'll cause radical acceptance to happen, and then change can happen from the acceptance. Tantai pe mahama anatai sanchehiken sa lapomamahaan. Okay, they just repaired what went wrong with the migraine. There was like a little I don't want to say aneurysm or something, but yeah, like kind of you blew your top in terms of how you were treating yourself. So It's been repaired. You're going to be given another situation like that. So be prepared the next time to handle it better, or to, just put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. I love you even when you make mistakes, or even when you say the wrong thing, or even when you spend your money unwisely, or whatever it is. Like, just love yourself. Just love and validate yourself completely and totally. And that's going to you're going to pass the test the next time it comes back around. Anytime you guys feel like you are, giving yourself a hard time, just stop and tell yourself you love yourself. Change that dialogue. Okay. KP. When will I transition out of my current career and begin my passion career? And if it's going to be a while, how can I better deal with all of it? All of this stuff going on in our world. Okay. When is she going to transfer out of her current career and begin her passion career? Feels like late February, early March, which is, I think, similar timeline to someone else that was wondering the same thing earlier. So I wonder if something big is going to happen, like in February for us all. I'm set free. I just saw the word set free. So I don't think that's very long at all. Turn your attention away from all the stuff in the world. Don't even, just stay in a high vibration, whistle, hum, dance, do something creative. Maybe make a business plan for whatever this passion project is you've got. Play it out in your mind how it's all going to go. All the people you're going to talk to, all the people you're going to hire, all the people that, just be kind of playing like you were a kid. Like, just fantasize and play with the energy, and, just make the most of this time, this kind of time waiting. Use it productively to make yourself excited about what's to come, because it feels like it's going to be just around the corner. It feels like it's not too far off at all. I'm going to pick some World Truth cards. All right. This will happen, conclude, or resolve within a few weeks. So that just confirms. Okay, there you go. That's funny. Spirit totally answered your question. Follow through on that divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. Oh my God. That's amazing. Your intuition is spot on. Don't doubt it. Always trust your gut instinct and learn to rely on it. You will become a master of holding a higher vibration and hearing clear divine guidance. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do a general blessing for all of you. So if you want me to, or if you want to focus on something, that's going on in your life, or you want to focus on the world healing, or truths coming out in the world, or whatever it is that about that anxiety you might be having, and the heart palpitations and things like that, just focus on it. And put your hand on your heart maybe, and just drop your shoulders and take a nice deep breath and relax. And all you got to do is just listen. And as long as it's for the highest good of everybody involved, and it respects everybody's free will, then it will be amplified. Whatever your wish is will be amplified. Okay. Hamanai lahena chensa se hela hinke ilmomo ona e ala sanse shikina tai hama ama e ke la anateke isanse shishi he ana ha opomomo make ha la sashi he na taikins popopomo hana ai chenche la eke sasishi ina pomomo se he la enateke Tantahi aids, Shela hanake. Hola hamama anataisa. Sansela hepeon. So I want to do a little surprise for my daily boosters. If you guys are subscribed to my daily boost, then I am going to just give you some messages from Spirit right now. Okay. You should take more time to quiet your mind and tune into the subtle world. We have your back. Your mind can only trick you. Isn't that true? So yeah, spend some more quiet time, or spend some time, quieting your mind so that you can really tune into the spiritual world. Spirit's got your back. Don't let your mind trick you. You are in this to inspire and be the example. Wow. Sometimes it's like, why am I here during this time? This is crazy. Okay. Good people who've endured tough times are the saints and the warriors of tomorrow. It's all happening to make you impenetrable. Wow. That is awesome. You're getting squeezed out of your comfort zone to spread your wings and fly, my friend. Throw your inhibitions out the window and go be free. God loves you no matter the decision you make. Just follow your heart one step at a time. One more. Love is the only answer, and love is grace. Oh, wow. That was an awesome message. All right, you guys. I do have questions available for next week. If you want to ask a question, just go to amysatori.com/ask Amy, and you'll get all the information you need to know there. And send a big hug to all of you and wish you well. Talk to you next week.